his low voice unruffled. His middle finger flickered, and the candle flame roared into a fire rope and slithered through the air. Norah ducked behind the nearest lamppost, which sizzled when the flame hit it. "This is iconic LA art!" she screamed, running between posts to escape the elemental flame. "I hate art!" Vince shouted after her. Norah agreed with him about urban lights, which struck her as a sterile bastard forest. The fiery rope gouged halfway through a lamppost behind her, sending sparks toward the electric wires at its core. Her occasional glimpses of the flames blinded her, bright orange against the deep blue night. She raised her wand again, intending to cast a stunning spell, but she was forced to improvise an energy shield to divert the fire. She needed a better view of the battlefield. "Fly, my pretties," Norah murmured, and the soles of her white and orange Hermes sneakers, a gift from a grateful pop star siren, glowed dark green. She bent her knees and jumped, soaring away as a tentacle of flame snuck up behind her and snapped at the empty air at her feet. What self-respecting witch wanted a broomstick when she could have couture? Hanging in midair, it was easy for Norah to forget she couldn't fly. It was just aggressive jumping. As she landed on a lamppost, she saw Vince dead center in the grid. His fingers traced complex patterns to control the fire around him. The air rippled with the heat radiating from his body. Every hex she knew would burn before it touched him. Except, maybe she didn't have to touch him. Norah swiveled a quarter turn to the light post Vince had gouged with fire moments ago. She fed more energy into her shoes and hopped across the tops of the other poles. When the movement caught Vince's attention, his hands gestured so fast they disappeared. The fire rope shot up between two posts to her right, twisting into a massive lasso. Norah focused on her wand. Abandoning any pretense of spells or hexes, she shot pure power out of the tip to the half-severed lamppost. She wanted to yell, "Timber!" as her magic sheared the streetlight off its base. It toppled toward Vince, the fraying electrical wires in the exposed core sparking. A thud and a scream echoed through the air, and Norah floated back to the ground, sneakers dimming. When she reached Vince, she understood why he had shrieked. He had tried to melt the post coming down on him with fire. That had worked, but being hit by globs of molten metal wasn't much better than being hit by a 2-ton post. There wasn't enough elemental DNA to withstand the superheated metal. Dwarf's burns healed quickly, and the red welts on his body would feel like a bad sunburn in a few days. For now, he was in a lot of pain. He'd used his hands to shield his eyes, and they were now raw and useless on his lap. Norah stood over him and drew an icicle in the air with her wand. Vince froze. She took pity on him and sent a wave of blue light cascading over his hands. Blue gum eucalyptus was finicky on offense, but more than made up for it with its healing power. She tapped Vince's mouth with her wand. His face unfroze and cracked like ice. "You can't kill me, or you'll end up in troublesome like your old man." His lips wobbled. "Give me your info, and I'll let you go." "Let me go, and I'll tell you," Vince countered. "Tell me, and I'll pay you. At a steep discount, of course. Say 70% off." "That's not fair." "Fine, 80%. Call it a fire sale. Now choke up the goods before we have to explain ourselves to Interpol's Art Crimes Division." Norah didn't know if Interpol had an Art Crimes Division, but it sounded threatening. "Look, all I know is that 2 former Silver Griffin agents live in Oakland. They run an organic apiary." "What are their names?" Norah demanded. "I don't know. How many organic apiaries can Oakland have?" In Norah's experience, the answer was more than he'd expect. Vince didn't have the details right. Her parents ran a goat farm, not an apiary, and lived near Berkeley rather than Oakland.